Being in such a tech savvy culture is really interesting. I love how you can have access to great resources at any time just on your mobile device, which I think is phenomenal. I love a good app, and I'd love to share some apps with you that I actually feel help my daily growth more than you realize. Um, Facebook in itself, Facebook teaches me and reminds me how to connect. It reminds me that people are important and it lets me know that, hey, I'm not the only one going through something. Facebook can be incredibly used for the advantage of that. And I think sometimes we actually forget that. If you are on Facebook, you can go on over to, you're already here, but if you are watching this on YouTube or the replays and you're not tied in yet, go on over to the Salt and Light Facebook page and you can like that up. We would love to have you. You can also go over to my blog right there. I have to jazz up the cover letter or cover photo and stuff, but go on over and send us a like. We would love to have you over there. Some other good apps that I use daily. Of course, I use Instagram for my business. Of course, I use Twitter. And I also use Facebook Pages Manager. If you are someone who has a brand, something, I would suggest that you looking into that as well. It's one of my favorite apps to use. And I personally believe that it's changed my life and my businesses 100%. It makes things easier. From a Christian standpoint, I knew that I wanted to build a business that's really key and really necessary for our culture right now. I use a beautiful app, Anchor, the Anchor app, which allows me to do everything necessary to create, modify, and make this podcast awesome. That is the app that I use and swear by it. I also use WordSwag for a lot of my graphics, as well as Canva, which are great apps. For my music, I tune into Spotify and I also tune into Pandora. On Spotify, you can actually listen to Salt and Light, the podcast, which is really cool. So you can go over to Spotify and you can absolutely connect into Salt and Light in the middle of your Christmas music and your Crime Junkie binging. I think they're phenomenal. And I listen to them as well. Some of my favorite podcasts, other than myself, there is, of course, the um, um, Crime Junkie, but I also love this one called Daily Grace. The Daily Grace Co. is phenomenal. They're one of my favorites, and I love listening to them on the Max. Some of my favorite things to do is I will take my headphones out and I'll take the long route home just to listen to a good podcast. I feel like as a podcaster, our best resources and sources of encouragement should be found in other podcasts, 100%. They should teach us how to grow, they should teach us how to move, and they should teach us how to inspire others. I feel like we shouldn't be saying we're doing something and not genuinely love it ourselves. Another app that I love, Amazon. That's on my phone. I also use the WhatsApp app. So it's just like this. It has a little green phone, and you can make little text groups, which are really helpful. So if you're in like a small group, you can use it. And you could also use it, like for me, I want this to be where in the small group, like our sisterhood, this is actually where I want to do a lot of our fellowship off social media, because I think it's really helpful for all of us to kind of be together. I think it's fantastic. Another great app that I use in my daily life is WordSwag and Instagram, which I think I just said, but I want you to know how great they are. If you have a business, or you have a group of people that maybe you like to minister to, or you like to just have fun things posted, Canva is a really good option, as well as WordSwag. From a Christian point of view, of course, I use the Bible app. We all use the Bible app, and I will get into this later in the next video, because that's going to be on all things devotionals. Okay. Another good app that I use is Pinterest. That's where I get my creativity on 100%. Another one I use, it's the best Christian ringtones. Okay. And it looks like this. It's the one with the crosses right here. Kind of pull it up. There you go. And I can absolutely send you the links if you need these. I can share them so you know. So just let me know. And so I can just go in. I can find. I can do. This one's my favorite right now. Like, there's so many ways. Like, these are really good ringtones. And then Can I last the night? So you can choose if you want to pick something that you're going to sing to every time it rings. But it's just phenomenal. I love it. So that's one of my favorite apps to use. And then I use that for my ringtones. When it's Christmas, though, I use all things Christmas. So I use Zedge as my holiday and alarm clock notification app, which is a good app too. All these apps that I'm sharing with you are free. I also do Christian quotes and verses. So it'll just pop up with a daily cute little thing. And you can choose, like, they give you a whole bunch of like options in a day, and you can just pick one. So I'll just pick God is for us. And then it just pops up with a cute little thing. You can use it to send people encouragement. You can use it for a background. I love having this sort of thing on there, because you never know when you're going to need to encourage someone. And God has really been working with me, especially the weekend that I am putting all this together. This from when this is actually being filmed this weekend, I have been really, he's been working on me on focusing on relationships and giving them the time that they deserve. And sometimes we get overwhelmed at the idea of giving more people, more of us than we realize we have. But God calls us to do life together. And so for me, I love having the access of these images and these motivational pieces, because I can send them to my friends to let them know, hey, I'm thinking of you. I'm praying about you. And sometimes it opens up more conversations, and other times it's like, thanks. Like, you get me. You hear me. I appreciate it. So it's just one of the tools that allows me to stay connected to those I love. I also use Faith Life eBooks, which is a really good app. It is all Christian ebooks. Again, when I'm on the Macs, that is exactly what I like to do. You can get a account, and you can just kind of start reading away. I personally think it's phenomenal. And, I'm all about um, having stuff to do. And I don't think I have a lot of time, but I do know I always have my phone. I can even use it and read it on my breaks, on my lunch. Um, when things get tough, if I have like a rough call at work, like it's a really amazing opportunity to just get into some words and perspective and just kind of refresh, which I love. Um, Another app that I like to use is the Reflect app. This is actually a nifty little app that it is a Christian meditation app. So, which I love. So it'll like,
Hello, this is a basic breathing meditation based on focusing on the air entering and leaving your body.
so like this is a breathing one, body, Aaron sounds, body scan meditation. There is Bible reflection. So you can like,
Hello, welcome to this meditation on a passage from the Bible.
oh,
In this one, we're going to be looking at a short extract from Psalm 46.
amazing.
Start with some relaxation.
Amazing. This has made a huge difference at night because I am terrible at like, I need something playing when I'm going to sleep. And since I've been waking up early and I've been leaving the house at like 4 a.m. each day, I'm trying to get myself like to bed 7 o'clock every night, making sure I'm in bed. And I had some problems when I first started that routine because I needed something to hear. And so I'd lay and I'd kind of wrestle at first. And this app allows me to have something going so I can calm and transition myself into sleep and then let me go on my merry way, which is awesome. Another app that I like to use is, and also I should say, I love philosophy. I love meditating. I think both are valid in this world. And I personally love being able to choose how I think, how I believe, and have a really good argument to support that and support my ideas. I think it's really important to have that. So for me, meditation's really healthy, and it's one of the only things that I have time to do for myself, where I'm not in transit or to and from other places, I should say. Another thing that I think is fun is I do a Bible word cross for a fun game. That has actually been fun. And so it's just one of these things. They're all uh, they're all Bible words, and you just kind of put them all together. And it plays some Christian music along the way, which is fun. And then I also do a Christian word search, which is also fun and kills the time. I like to have a couple things on my deck because you never know when you're going to happen. You never know when you're going to get to the train station or the MAX station a little early. You never know if you're going to have an extra break. You don't know if you're just going to need to unwind for a while. And it's okay to have some things that are for you. So those are some apps that I personally definitely stand behind. And I hope that you have found value in them as well. If you would like the links to those, or you would like me to direct you to finding them directly, just let me know. Bye.